Hello, this is Creativity Show with Midi, and I'm really so excited to be here today. Well, we're looking at how we can use compost to reduce food waste today, and we have a very wonderful person as our guest today, in person of Titilope Adedokun. She'll be showing us and teaching us how we can practically turn our food waste into compost. As you know, that creativity is all about ensuring that our actions and activities in the environment today lead us to a cleaner, healthier, and sustainable future. So join me today as we welcome Titilope Adedokun teaching us. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Titilope, and today I will be talking about using compost to reduce your food waste. Now, it's no news that Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. Half or even more than half of Nigerians live on less than $1 per day. However, it would shock you to note that 75% of the food Nigeria produces goes to waste. How sad. You might wonder, what exactly is the effect of food wastage on the environment? First, it means that all of the resources used in making this food goes to waste. So think about it: the water that is used to make the food, the non-renewable fuel that is used to make the food, essentially all goes to waste. Secondly, most of the food waste is dumped in landfills, and this turns into toxins that end up in our water, in our seafood, and then cycles back to our bodies. Now, the question is, how can you as an individual, or how can you as a business, reduce your food waste? First, reduce your consumption to only things that you need. If yourself and your family only eat maybe 3 cups of rice per meal, there's no point cooking 4 or 5 cups of rice, because the rest will go to waste. So learn to cook what you need, learn to buy what you need. Then number 2, our businesses and our companies and the entire private sector can try to reduce food waste by reducing the waste in production, reducing the waste in distribution as well. I know that there are some companies that already do this. So there's an app called Chowberry. So what Chowberry does is to connect people to supermarkets who have food or things that are going to expire soon, and then sell it to these people at a discounted rate. So we can always jump more on that. And last but not the least, we have compost. Compost is essentially turning food or other biodegradable things into nutrients and food for the earth, and this is a foolproof way to really combat food waste. Case in point, my parents own a little farm, and what we've done is that all our food scraps, our remnants of food and spoiled food, always go into the farm as compost, providing nutrients for our crops. You might wonder, I don't have a farm now, I'm not living in a village. Why should I do that? Really, anybody can compost. You can compost if you just have a little potted plant. You can compost if it's a tiny shrub of trees in front of your house or grass. You can compost if you have maybe a bush at the back of your home. Anybody can really compost, and it's extremely easy. So I'll just give you like 3 or 4 tips that would enable you to start off very well composting. Firstly, you can use a container that has a lid. So that's one thing that we do in my home. We use a container that has a lid, and in fact we use a pot. Then secondly, what you can do is you can heat your compost. It's very good. Number 1, it helps to reduce the offensive smell. I can state categorically that the compost that we collect in my home does not smell, because we heat it twice a day. And another thing is that heating the compost actually helps the bacteria to further break down the compounds in the compost, and obviously further decompose it basically. So that's really good. The third thing you can do is you can develop a routine. So in my home, what we do is we deposit it bi-weekly or tri-weekly. So you can develop a routine. You can decide that maybe every Tuesdays and Fridays you deposit your compost, every Mondays or Wednesdays. Develop a routine and let it work for you. And then last but not the least, you can even look into personalized systems of compost. For instance, there are anaerobic compost such as bokashi, such as worms. You can actually look into it, and these are very simple, these are affordable, and this help the earth. At the end of the day, this might seem like a lot of effort, but the truth is, if we want to ensure that our environment is sustainable, that we save the earth, and that we, fight pollution and climate change and other ills and harmful things to the environment, we have to make an effort.
Wow, 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 wow. Titi, that was a very, very beautiful one there. So, to our viewers, I hope and believe you have learned one thing or the other from what Titi has shown us today on how we can convert our food waste into compost. Well, don't just be a hearer, ensure you practicalize all that you have learned today so that together we have a greener, more beautiful, cleaner, and healthier environment. Thank you so much for watching.